Hello everyone, it's Michigan Outdoors. So it's been a while since I've uploaded. I plan to start uploading again here in the future because I tore my bicep, and honestly I was planning on uploading and recording this summer anyway, but now due to my injury I have a lot more free time because I can't work or work out as much because I can't use my left arm for anything. Two months ago, I believe it was March 17th, it was a Tuesday of spring break for college students, and I was here home in Connecticut and I tore my bicep. Full distal bicep tear with 5.4 centimeters of retraction. I'll put the video over here. It's not that graphic, but I guess if you're more squeamish with that kind of stuff, you could skip ahead. All you really see is my bicep go up and then it's over. I was doing a 4x5 80%, which is 4 sets of 5 reps, 80% of your 1 rep max. It tore on the last rep of the last set, so that was quite unfortunate, but I kind of felt like it was inevitable, and I don't want to speculate or anything, but I'm not doing mixed grip ever again. That, alright? And you know, I've done mixed grip for 4 years now, pretty much. Well, whenever I started deadlifting, so I've probably been deadlifting for three and a half years, and I tore it. But it's not really to say that mixed grip, you won't tear your bicep necessarily doing mixed grip, but it's just definitely a higher risk. It would kind of be like driving around without your seatbelt on. It's like, okay, you will be completely safe unless you get in an accident, aka the perfect storm of variables come to get your ass, alright? And that's what happened to me. I think it was a combination of my new high intensity program, which I had started doing for 6 months at that point, and specifically for deadlift, I started a new deadlift program for about a month at that point, and I added over 70 pounds to my deadlift. It went from 551 in July, and then I believe I started the program in February. Yeah, February. And I started off with my 1 rep around the same. I think it was 545, I assumed it was, because, you know, that was 7 months later. I didn't deadlift for 7 months at that point. But it was Alex Bromley's deadlift program. I'll put that up here too, show you what I was doing. That program, I ran it very intense. Basically, we would cycle through it every 2 weeks when it was meant to be a month program. On top of my the other stuff I do is very high intensity in general for lifting. So I think it was because I added 70 pounds to my 1 rep max in about a month and a half, right? On top of that day, I tore it. The day prior, I did a very heavy, like very intense and heavy push day. I hit a crazy bench PR. I hit 325 for 11 and a half reps, and I'll show you. I'll probably put the bench program up here. The B days on that program, or I think it's called day 2s, they are rep maxes, right? So that would definitely put more your bicep tendon into more fatigue, because believe it or not, on bench press you do use your bicep tendons for stabilization. A lot of the other exercises, frankly, on that push day 2 probably fatigued it. Like, I remember going really heavy on pec deck. I was doing the full stack plus 3 plates. I only did that for 4 or 5 reps, I think, but I also did like 2 sets with 2 additional plates on a gym pin, like 8 or 10 reps, I think. So just a lot of bicep fatigue, like bicep tendon fatigue from push as you can get. And the next day, I didn't feel bad, but I don't think I felt great either. So I probably just shouldn't have deadlifted, but like, it's not like I was 1 rep maxing. I was doing my 4x5 80%. I just think that the fatigue, I know the F word, I'm saying it, fatigue plus maybe a little dehydration plus, you know, adding a lot of weight in a short period of time to my PR with maybe a few other variables that I'm not quite identifying here, plus the mixed grip, right? And people are going to say, oh, there's nothing wrong with mixed grip. Plenty of people use it and they're fine. And I hear people bring people up like John Hack a lot. And I'm not saying for those people, keep doing what you're doing, but I'm saying me personally, I'm never touching that again. And I'm just going to explain it to you anatomically, right? So if I didn't say so before, I'm actually a biomedical engineering student at Purdue. So I'm not claiming to know like everything, like with biomechanics and stuff like that. But I'm just, and don't take advice like medical advice from me, but I'm just saying, when you got your underhand, right? Because mixed grip is one hand's over, the other hand is under like this, right? Your hand that's under is supinated. And what happens here is your bicep tendon is in maximum tension at that point, right? So it's just a higher risk factor, all right? It's like, maybe it would be like carrying a gun with your safety off when it has a safety. It's just like, you can do it, but I don't really see the upsides if you have the ability to do hook grip. Now what hook grip does is you're in pronation, right? So your bicep tendon will not be at maximal tension, right? Because it's not stretched all the way. When you supinate, your tendon is stretched all the way. When you pronate, it's at the lowest tension. What happens then is some people have issues with the hook grip itself, the bar, like for their hands. If you have like fatter sausage fingers and shorter fingers, it's going to be harder to grab the bar and actually hook grip onto it, right? And that kind of makes sense. So for those people, maybe you don't have an option, but if hook grip works for you, right, and you just don't want to do it because you don't want to relearn a grip or something, I'm just saying, you know, tearing the skin off your thumb is a lot more pleasant than 8 months of rehab, okay? So for me, I will never be doing mixed grip ever again because of that. And I'm still going to get comments for it. I posted my injury video to Instagram, and there were so many idiots in the comments. I just don't even want to like say anything specifically or call anyone out specifically, but there were some very interesting comments. I had some people in there telling me to like train arms more, and like they were dead ass, all right? They were serious. I showed you the video. If you look at it, you will see, I'm not saying that rep was not like 100% clean, but it wasn't like horrible either, okay? It wasn't horrible. I could have definitely used a little more legs in that rep, all right? But my form's breaking down, all right? I like to train hard and I like to train to failure. Maybe I shouldn't do that for deadlift, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be the one to do it, man, all right? Because I'm that guy. So I'm gonna choose the grip that's safer. That's just me. If you want to do mixed grip, you know, I'm not gonna say for you it might be fine. I don't know, but you know, this has not been fun. Okay, I haven't benched in 2 months, bro, because of that. Speaking of my recovery, what my recovery is gonna look like. So for my surgeon, she has me doing 4 to 6 months. Some surgeons do it faster. Like if you're a competitive athlete, you might return quicker, or you might take longer. I don't know. But her protocol, I think, has me full return in 6 months, and it's been 2 months. So the first 2 months, she had me in an arm brace. You guys will see that in the next episodes here. I don't have it with me right now. Basically, that's just called the protection phase, and each week, she would have me increase, like I'd start at a 50-degree angle, and I would go all the way out to 0, and then she took it off about a week ago. 6 to 8 week range, they take it off. And I've been doing physical therapy the whole time. Now that I'm in these next 2 months, right, first 2 months, or the protection phase, the next 2 months is gonna be some very, very light strength training under personal trainer supervision with the doctor's protocol, all right? So they're gonna have me, I believe, I'm not allowed to lift more than 2 pounds for the next 2 months in this hand at all. So I think my physical therapist is gonna have me doing 2-pound curls and 2-pound lat pull downs these next 2 months. And then after these 2 months is when I believe I'm allowed to return to certain lifts. Now, anything super bicep heavy, probably, I don't think I'll be able to even touch it in the next 2 months, all right? That's how horrible this injury is. Tendons take a long time to recover because they're very dense tissue with very little blood vessels, right? And your body needs blood to heal because that's what carries all your nutrients. So yeah, basically I do plan to upload and record my recovery process here, starting with episode 1. First 3 episodes will be, I believe, the weeks 4 to 5 range, because I didn't record the first 3 weeks. First episode is my second ever workout back since my injury. You will see that, and I will outline the days and everything. They're gonna have a little comedy to them as well, and I'm gonna try to keep the videos under 8 minutes because people have a short attention span. I don't blame them. I do too, especially for a smaller YouTuber like me. I'm not even a YouTuber. I just upload videos for fun. I'm just saying. But yeah, so if you guys have any questions with this process, let me know. I can't give medical advice, but I'm happy to answer any questions about the process. And the other thing, I'll put up my protocol here as well that my surgeon gave me. Do not follow this, obviously, if you've had your own surgery, because each surgery is different. Like I said, some strongmen actually return like in half the time I do, or like some serious athletes return in half the time I would, because they have a stronger anchor for their tendon. Now that's obviously a higher risk factor, but my recovery time is actually, I think, on a faster pace as is, like my plan. So obviously don't follow it. I'm just putting it up there just to show you. That's just what that's what my surgeon has me doing. So you could, if you want every minute detail, you could look at that. As for other details, at this point, I can do active supination with it. I can do active range of motion, right? They have me doing that at home, PT exercises. But other than that, it's a useless arm. Can't lift with it. Can't do nothing with it. And this entire time I've been really paranoid about re-tearing it, because there's always weird sensations and stuff. So they still have me in a compression sock, but I will show my scars. I don't know if you can see that there, but this is the bottom incision. They would have taken your tendon, attaches to your radius, I believe, which is the bone in the forearm on the side of your thumb. So my tendon obviously tore off, went up in here 5 centimeters, 5.4 centimeters, and they had to make 2 incisions because it was all the way up here and they couldn't see it. So she had to cut this in order to pull it out and kind of see where it is, and then she went back down to here, pulled it through, attached it to my radius. The way she did that is she drilled a hole through my radius, and I have a picture of my tendon, but I won't pull it up here because it's bloody and stuff, and I don't know how that would go with like YouTube. But I have a picture of my tendon. She pulled it up out of this top incision. They basically stuck a string through it and then put a metal plate on the other side of the string. So they pulled that string through and I think kind of wrapped it around my radius along with the metal plate somehow, because they obviously drilled a hole through the radius bone. So I think there's a scab. Yeah, there's a scab here somewhere on my arm. There was a scab here from drilling straight through, and I assume somehow struck the string through and essentially clamped it. But yeah, I'm gonna finish up here because it's getting dark. This video may have not been as interesting because I tried to make it more informative of what happened than anything else. But my next episodes, like the actual episodes of me making progress in recovery in the gym, they'll be hopefully more funny. I'll try to make them funny. So I've never done editing before, so you'll see a rising creator at work. But yeah, thank you for watching if you did. I'm sure you hear it a lot, but it would be awesome if you subscribed. And stay tuned for my next videos. I plan on making a lot of content other than recovery. So subscribe so you can see more of my stuff. And I mean it. Subscribe for that so you could watch more of my content. Thank you. I'll see you guys another time.